Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with me driving the Kia Invisible again. Now in this clip we're coming up to a roundabout. There's two lanes. I'm turning right, the other car is going straight on. So if there's two lanes there should be two lanes going completely around the roundabout, yeah? But you've always got to watch out for these people, these lazy drivers that do that. I mean, how am I supposed to fit in there? Look at all that space over to its left hand side that it should be in. For some reason I sort of knew it was going to happen and just held back. Oh no, that's defensive driving, isn't it? Now there's so many things that go wrong in this clip. I will try and keep up with them as best I can. As you can see, we've got a lane divider here coming up on the left hand side, so we can go. We don't have to wait. Come on, you go. Notice how that lorry there went straight across the lane divider as well. The Lamborghini's going to do the same. Oh, and the fucking Lamborghini's cut straight across. It's not the way you do it. So that was the first mistake this car made in front of me. We've just gone past the national speed limit signs and we're doing about 35-40 miles an hour when it decides to go out into the outside lane. Why? I do not know. There is a roundabout coming up further up the road, but it is quite a way down the road and it's not really increasing its speed that much. So it's holding up the Audi and everyone else that's behind the Audi as well. Now I pull out now because I'm turning right at this roundabout and I can see all these cars coming up the right hand side of me and they're going to be blocking me in. The Audi in a second does what Audis do and just undertakes it. And there's a queue of traffic behind me now that's undertaking me and going to be undertaking that car as well in front of me that has still overtaken nothing. And now it decides to come back into the inside lane, which is where it should have been in the first place anyway, especially as the roundabout coming up it actually wants to turn left. So why it went to the outside lane I do not know. And I know there's some strange people in the comments section will be saying I did exactly the same thing, but I'm turning right. My manoeuvre was pretty much to get into the correct lane rather than try and overtake anything. And a little bit of a petrol head moment for you here. A Lamborghini in front of us with trade plates on that have got so much tape on. You buy a car for how much and they deliver it with all that bloody tape on the trade plate. I don't know if I like that. And there's that car turning left at the roundabout.
As much as possible, and as I've got older, I've kind of moved further and further out into the country. But it's seeing the development all the time, it's been really good. The only problem we've got now is that now.
Yeah, you're on my side of the road, woman. Yeah, fucking idiot.
They've changed all of the traffic. It's an absolute nightmare.
What is wrong with these people? And they're looking at you as if you're doing something wrong. Now when I put clips on like this, a lot of people say to me, but that's advanced driving, you drive in the middle so everyone can see each other. And to a certain extent that is correct, but it shouldn't affect me. As you can see, it's over my side of the road already there, and it can see me because I can see it. So it should be moving over. But it isn't. It's also got a great big gap to its left hand side that it could get into if it really wanted to. And you can see just how close I am to my side of the road, how close I am to the parked cars on my side of the road compared to her. She's a mile away from them, but it's still not moved over. It's only moved over now when we're almost on each other, and I have had to practically stop to let this thing get over to its own side of the road. Otherwise, well, who knows? Who knows what would have happened? So not advanced driving, that's shit driving. Now we come to a roundabout, and as we know, it's priority to traffic approaching from the right. Except when it's got traffic lights on. Then it's controlled by traffic lights. I'd never understand why roundabouts have traffic lights on in the first place, because it stops the flow of traffic, and that's the whole idea of a roundabout. But we're looking at this Prius here, who obviously don't get it. Why? Why were you stopping? You got a green light. Another professional driver though. Now in this clip we're driving towards the Idiot Factory. Yes, Sutton High Street. Where people haven't got a clue of how to cross a road. It's quite simple. I will try to explain. If you're crossing the road, you go to the middle bit there, and then you go to that bit there. Now, if you want to go across the road like that, you go to the middle again, and you go right, and you go right again. It's quite simple. You don't go straight across, because the traffic lights don't match up. We've got a red here, and they've got a green there. So it is quite simple to understand. And speaking of simple, here he is. Now in this clip we're coming up to that roundabout again, and I really do hope that this guy was on test and it was an examiner in the car that let him do this rather than an instructor letting this guy do this. It's a roundabout. It's priority to traffic approaching from the right. Why did you leave it so late to indicate? And you as well. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? I don't even think the instructor was even looking this way. He wasn't even looking this way, the instructor. Now I'm going to take that back, because when I got home and I reviewed this clip, there is definitely a blob of a head that is looking beyond the driver. And I really do hope that this was an examiner and not the instructor. An examiner would let him do the mistake and then just foul him. But if that is an instructor that's letting him do that, then that is really poor, and you really need to have a look at yourself, mate. If you've let him do that, that's really poor. Unfortunately, I am getting quite a big collection of learners doing stuff like this. Obviously, you can see that I'm on the roundabout there. He's behind the give way lines. There is no way that he should be going. No way. Now, I get asked quite a lot of times about people parking on the pavement. They shouldn't be parked on the pavement and all that sort of stuff. Well, some are in bays. Like this car that we're looking at here. It's on the pavement, but that is a parking bay that it's in. So it's perfectly legal. This van, however, is parked on zigzags. But if you look at the floor, that's a parking bay. Or it was. I'm not sure if it still is. There's an entrance to a school there, so surely they must have taken that away. Surely. It's right outside a school. And now we come to this guy, who's blatantly on the phone, right outside the school. Oh, you can't get any more blatant than that, can you? Now, another thing that keeps popping up is manners. Now, this guy should not be reversing out into the main road, and I'm not sure, the reflection and everything, I might be wrong, but I didn't see a thank you neither from keeping me waiting there. I know it's only a couple of seconds, but it doesn't matter. He shouldn't be reversing out, and if you do, show a little bit of manners and say thanks. This one, however, doesn't say thank you. I can see it clearly. I'm stopping here, letting him come out. Not one bit of acknowledgement whatsoever. How do these people do it? I just don't know how you could be so bloody rude. Now, with our tight little roads in this country, if you're driving a big vehicle, I mean a real massive vehicle, you should have an escort with you to let people know that you're coming round a bend, and you might need a little bit of my lane getting round that bend. Like this massive vehicle coming towards me now. Who needs a little bit of my lane to get round there in that massive vehicle of his? Not only is there one line on the road there to let him know which side of the road he should be on, there's two! But he still can't do it! Now in this clip we're in Epsom Hospital, where it's all one way. It's one way going straight down there and one way going straight down there. So where the hell is that car come from, and where is it going to? There's signs everywhere. I don't know where the fuck he's come from, because that is a no entry. It's one way and you've come that way. How have you got there? How have you got there? So after driving down a one-way street the wrong way, he's now going to reverse into a no entry and reverse all the way down the one-way street the wrong way. Good bit of driving that. So we're in Epsom High Street for this one. It's been on the channel quite a bit, this little junction here. Obviously there's queue jumping here all the time, like this little red car. It knows where it wants to go, it just don't want to wait in the queue behind me. It also doesn't want to wait at a red light. Same junction a little bit later, but obviously the rear camera now, where we have a Burke and a Merc doing exactly the same thing. I mean, look at the speed he's going. Why? Why drive so fast when there's a red light in front of you? What is the point? Good job, mate. Good job. What a fucking idiot. Now we're in Epsom by the race course. As you can see, there's no entry signs there. You see that car to the right hand side? He doesn't care. Now in this clip we've got two more vehicles that need escorts to drive in front of them to clear the road in front of them, because they need more than their side of the road to get round this bend. It's ridiculous. This guy here is over my side, and this one here doesn't even bother to straighten up. I mean, why do you find it so hard? Unreal. I don't get it, these people. They're driving on my side of the road towards me, making me... Oh, fucking hell, I give up. I give up with them. Now, where I am now isn't that far away from the last clip, or any of the other clips, to be honest. And I think they've all been taught by the same bloody driving instructor, because none of them seem to know how to fucking drive. How they've passed their test, if they've passed their test at all, it remains a mystery. So as we're driving down this road, it's obviously very tight, only room for one car, so you're going to have to pull in occasionally, whether you like it or not. But then we get this Tesla that just pulls out and has created this. If it had stayed in the space while I went past it, there would be no issue. But now there's an issue. So I've left a gap to my right hand side there for it to get into. But it won't go into it for some reason, I don't know why. It reverses and wants me to get into a smaller gap up there. Now if it was parked on the correct side of the road, it might have been able to see me coming, but I really think it doesn't know how to drive. Good bit of driving that, mate. Good bit of driving, you silly fucking bitch. Now just in case you were unaware, I was triggered there. Oh yes, I was triggered there. Because of the way she actually looked at me. Look at that gap that I did leave her to the little gap that she's making me get into there. She actually looked at me as if it was my fault. She gave me no acknowledgement whatsoever. Now she's hit the brakes again. There's a car coming towards her and she don't know what to do. What is that? And now she's just waiting in the middle of the road because she's got another car coming up towards her. She don't know how to pull over to the left or the right. Or any fucking where. What a crap fucking driver, look at her. Shit. Absolute shit. So just down the road from there, we meet that Tesla's husband. Yes, I think it's the husband because the Tesla owned the road there. And I think her husband down here, driving this Bentley, owns this part of the road. Or thinks they do. As you can see, it's a left turn only lane. He's in a nice flash car, expensive car, like the Tesla is an expensive car as well. But guess what? It's not turning left because it owns the road. It's not even putting its foot down to get out of the way of the bus neither. The bus had to brake. Now in this clip, we're looking at this guy here who just has to be in front. It's that mentality of I got to be in front. Doesn't matter if I can't go anywhere after passing you, I've got to be in front. You can see the van has got nowhere to go. There's about 4 or 5 cars in front of the van, but that, oh, I almost said it, has to be in front. So you'll see him undertake him in a minute, and there's no way he's going to stay in the inside lane, is there? No way. So he's pulled over to the left, gets in front, and then pulls over to the right again. And now he, like the van did before him, has got nowhere to go because there's 4 or 5 different cars in front of him.
I didn't appreciate the sentiments the way he left Birmingham first time round.
Now, last clip of the day, this silver car to our left-hand side. I think that's a red, mate. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.